So for those who don't know, we run a Bricklink store. We have eBay listings. We buy and sell a lot of Lego. We also have a city in the works. So one of the things that often comes up is, where's the best place to get Lego? And is the pick-a-brick wall still worth it nowadays in 2024? So over the Easter weekend, we popped in. Brick Mum wanted to pick up the little creator set. Ginger here, just like her, and that's her truck. So that was an obvious pickup. But while we were there, we thought, let's test the current pick-a-brick wall and see how we get on. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox each part and we're going to check are the boxes still valuable. So the first box was mainly 1x4 in dark blue, clear headlight bricks, and the little olive corner pieces. So we're going to get those added up, counted, and see how we get on. So that's box 1. So this is how box 1 separates. If you want the numbers, we're going to run a little bit at the end just to see how each of the box compares. But we'll get these out of the way and we'll move on to box 2. Lots of tan, sand green and dark tan. So let's get this separated and we'll see how we do with this one. So this is all the parts that were in box 2. Tan plates, the little tan slopes, 1x6 in sand green, and those little plates, 2x2s. So we'll take them out of the way and we'll see how we get on with the third box. Now this was Brick Mum's and it looks like it's not optimised. What you don't get to see is there's lots of these, 1x6 high I think they are, slotted round the edges in clear. So there we go. Now these boxes weren't optimised. We could have spent more time stacking them, but as I said, it was Easter weekend, so it was a case of go in, get some of the parts we need, get them home, see if it's still a valuable way to get parts. So we'll separate these out and then we'll do a summary of how we done. And there we go, that's the last one done. Tons of these, lots of these, and as I said, the 1x6 high in trans clear. Really good to replace windows if you're needing the structure. So we're going to get these tallied up, see what it would have cost us had we bought these on Bricklink, what it would have cost us had we bought this on Lego, and what it did actually cost us. So I'll go and run the numbers, highlight how many of each part we managed to fit in each box and which box was the most successful, and then I'll put some cards up at the end just to show how we done. Okay, so we got everything counted and sorted, ran a rough price against Bricklink, and this is how things work out. So this was our first box. We have 352 of these. They work out at roughly £28, which is pretty good going. 225 of the clear headlight bricks, and then 127 of the olive. They're about £11.5. So that brings box 1 to £53 worth of parts, and in the UK they're £16.99 a box. So that one was successful. Our next box was the one with all the greenery. Now we weren't overly worried about the value of this because we needed these parts and we needed these stem pieces. Some of them will make it into the store, but most of these will be used. The highlight of the show though is these 1x6 tall transparents. Now but there's only 32 of them, but that's nearly £9 worth of parts. The stems, there was 389. That's about £11.5 as well. And then the leaves. We have 765 leaves, which is about £23 worth. So the leaves alone paid for the box. Everything else is just a bonus. So that was good value there. And then the last box. Now, these might not be the most valuable parts, but they're hard to come by in sets. So, the little arches, inverted, they're really good for roofs and canopies and things like that. It's 119 of them, £12. The 1x6 in sand green. Sand green's always a nightmare of a colour to come by. I have things like the old monster fighters and stuff like that, the car from that. Finding new parts to restore old parts like that is really difficult. So sand green, always a valuable part. Now, there's only 45, it's only £6.5 worth. But, as I say, they're more valuable than they are actual cost. So them aside, 138 of the tiles, £7. But these are really good for any of your sand mocks. Any of the Tatooine stuff, any of the Star Wars backgrounds, stuff like that. They're also really good for ground plates to give texture on like foyers and stuff like that. And then the plates. 10 plates, 9p each, 90p for them. So we knew that was going to be the case. That box was only worth £26, but the sum of the parts are worth more than what we paid for the actual box. So yet again, that's a win. It brings the total to £122 for 3 times 16. So just under 40 quid, £120 worth of parts. So in reference to Bricklink, that's your 3 times part out. So the pick-a-brick wall is still valuable. We might use it for parts for the shop, but most of these parts were purchased for the purpose of our own city. We'll add some of them, we'll draw from our own stock as we need them. But yeah, that was a quick summary of, is pick-a-brick still worth it nowadays? And it clearly still is. So if you have access to a Lego store, get your parts from there. It's a lot better than trying to part out the correct sets just to get like these tiles. They are available, but not in these kind of quantities. And then the same with the sand green. So yeah, quick summary, pick-a-brick wall, success, Easter, got a set, a good little weekend. I hope to catch you guys in one of the other videos. Cheers!